Okay, here's a history question I bet you didn't expect from your friendly neighborhood real estate agent. Do wars crash the U.S. housing market? Because if you look at the last 100 years, the answer is actually pretty surprising. Welcome to Real Estate Update.
Fryling and Rebecca Johnson, the duo with Intero Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Fryling, and together with my business partner, Rebecca Johnson, we're the duo with Intero Real Estate Services on the peninsula. Let's rewind a little. During World War I, home building slowed way down. Why? Because everyone was busy building tanks instead of homes. But right after the war ended, boom, pent-up demand hit the market and prices climbed in the 1920s. Then came World War II. Housing construction basically hit the pause button. Materials were rationed, labor was scarce. But what happened after the war? Returning soldiers, the GI Bill, suburbs popping up everywhere, in one of the biggest housing booms in U.S. history. Later conflicts like Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf War, and even the War on Terror didn't really crash housing either. In fact, most housing cycles were driven more by things like interest rates, lending, and the economy, not the conflicts themselves. So housing markets weren't reacting to the battlefield, they were reacting to the Federal Reserve. Fast forward to modern conflicts like the war in Ukraine and now Iran, the biggest housing impact hasn't been the wars themselves. It's been inflation and higher mortgage rate. But here's the interesting pattern economists point out. During conflicts, construction tends to slow, which means fewer homes get built. And when things stabilize, suddenly there's a lot of demand and not enough homes. Translation in real estate language, supply shortage. Let's look at the home supplies in the San Mateo and Santa Clara County real estate markets. First up, let's take a look at San Mateo. The number of active listings was down 3% from 1 year earlier and up 26% from the previous month. As you can see, the median listing price for the month was $1.5 million. Compared to last year, the average number of days units spent on the market before being sold was down 19%. The median sale price was $1.5 million. The number of units sold was up 7% year over year and up 33% month over month. Now on to Santa Clara County. The number of active listings was up 9% from 1 year earlier and up 27% from the previous month. As you can see, the median listing price for the month was $1.4 million. Compared to last year, the average number of days units spent on the market before being sold was up 18%. The median sale price was $1.6 million. The number of units sold was up 5% year over year and up 59% month over month. So the big takeaway from 100 years of history, if the U.S. itself isn't being rebuilt like a movie set, wars historically haven't crashed American housing. In fact, many times they've accidentally set the stage for the next housing boom. So if you ever hear someone say the housing market is doomed, remember, history tends to be a lot more complicated and a lot more interesting. And if you want someone who studies the housing market way too much, I'm always happy to talk real estate and take your call.